What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are finishing the 41st trading day of 2019, up $4,000. Now, today's an exciting day because I have now crossed to all-time highs in the IRA. I lost money on Friday, but those losses were split evenly between my main account and my IRA. And then yesterday I made $3,300 in the IRA, and today I made $4,000 actually $4,500 in the IRA. So now the IRA, boom, back to all-time highs. The main account, it's actually still straggling because I lost another $500 in it today. But net, I'm up $4,000. I'm up $7,300 this week, and I'm digging myself out of the hole. This is the problem with having a big loss, is that it's unlikely you're going to make it all back in one day. So you got to spend the next few days just chipping away at that loss, but keeping yourself focused and optimistic, knowing that you will get out of this hole. It's just a matter of staying disciplined and following the rules. That's one of the hardest things as a trader is, following the rules. Sometimes the market rewards you for breaking the rules. You hold a stock a little too long, you probably should have stopped out, but it curls back up. So next time you're like, well, maybe I'll hold this a little longer, and then that's the time where it keeps going down. So you just have to have that set of rules. You've got to have the discipline to follow them. And right now I'm doing a pretty good job of that as I'm working my way out of the hole. So as usual, any questions, any comments, leave them below. Give me a shout out of what you guys trade today. And we'll see you all first thing tomorrow morning right back here live streaming at 9:15 a.m. All right, everyone. So we're going to do our midday market recap. It's a little past 10:30. I'm going to shut it down for the morning, and I'll finish here up $4,592 in my IRA, which is awesome, and down $503 in my main account. So kind of bummed out here. Took a short on FFHL, lost $500, but overall up $4,000 on the day. I hit a high of being up just about $5,000 on the day. My last two trades were on GSUM right here, lost $500, and then FFHL lost $500. So, got to know when to walk away. I could certainly keep trading and keep looking for opportunities and try to make back that $1,000 I lost, or I could take the $4,000, that's certainly more than I had when I started the day, and be happy with that. So, taking away that $4,000, and that's good. In fact, my IRA is now back to all-time highs. My loss that I had on Friday was split between the IRA and the main account. So I haven't recovered in the main account yet, but I've recovered in the IRA, which is terrific. And realistically, at this point, there's not really a lot of purpose in trading to the long side in the main account because of the income tax I'm gonna have to pay for. I mean, I can trade a little bit, and when I see a really good opportunity and I don't have enough money in my IRA to trade it the way I want to, then I'll trade it on both sides. Money made is better than nothing, but at the same time, really anything to the long side should be in the IRA. Anything to the short side should be in Lightspeed here, or if Lightspeed doesn't have shares available to borrow, I would trade in Centerpoint right here. So Centerpoint on FFHL was charging 2 cents for 5,000 shares, for every 5,000 shares. So that would have cost me $100 to short it, whereas on this particular stock, Lightspeed just had shares that were easy to borrow. So I didn't have to pay anything. So that's why I was like, oh, well, easy to borrow, shares are right there. All right, I'll go ahead and take that trade. So anyways, this morning we did our pre-market watch list, and PETZ was the leading gapper. PETZ was up, let's see, we'll go to time frame, historical, 9:15. What's going on here? 9:15. All right, so 9:15, the second leading gapper in the entire market was PETZ. In fact, by 9:30, it was up over 70%. This stock was just really strong pre-market. It did a little pre-market pullback. So you know where I wanted to get in? I wanted to get in for the break over $1.45. Called it out pre-market on the watch list. My buy order is ready for $1.50, getting into $1.50. The bell rings, it squeezes from $1.40 all the way up to $1.98. So on that one, I was pretty aggressive. Let's see, my first trade, $1.40, 40, 44, partial fill there, added at 45, 49, sold at 93, added back at 91, 95, sold at 95, 96, added back at 89, 89 and 98, and then lost on that ad, selling at 87. So, I was pretty aggressive on this, mostly because I saw it having a lot of potential. If it broke over $2, from there up to $2.50, and that's exactly what happened. It just hesitated at that $2 spot for a second before finally breaking over that level. So, PETZ, nice $5,000 trade right off the watch list. Maybe not the absolute, it wasn't a home run. I wouldn't say it was a home run, but a really solid trade and a pretty easy trade, just straight off the watch list. I mean, entry right here, and then a couple aggressive scalps in this area. I had, let's see, what else? HEBT, that one I was a little aggressive on, 18, 20, 49, 66. Well, stepped up on that one. It hit the gap or hit the high day momentum scanner. I got a starter and then kept added all the way up to adding literally at high of day. High of day was 66, and I added at 66. I mean, I hit the high of day, and I did that because I really thought that this was going to get halted and had a chance at going up to $2, given the momentum that we were seeing today. So on that one, with 12,000 shares, I only made $328 instead of selling 9,000 at 66 for, like $1,800 of profit. I was adding. Of course, at that point, I was already up 5,000 on the day. So, for me, when I've already got a good cushion, I don't mind taking a little bit of risk. I don't want to lose money on it, and I didn't. I still walked away with $300, but I don't mind risking the unrealized profit in exchange for what could potentially be, a second really big trade, and that certainly could have been from, $1.40. With 12,000 shares up to 70, 80, 90, it could have been 4, 5, 6,000, and boom, I've got a $10,000 a day. It all starts with the first trade, and the first trade was PETZ. That's the one that gave me my cushion on the day. That's the one that allowed me to be aggressive. But unfortunately today, $5,137 on PETZ, and the rest of the stocks, didn't give me profit. I lost 500 on GSUM. That was off the gaps. That was off the high day momentum scanner. GSUM lost 346 on NCTY. That was on the gap scanner here. And then shorting FFHL. This one hit the high day momentum scanner. It has such a history of dropping. I shorted it. It popped up here to 55, and as it dropped down here, I shorted it 49. Mental stop at high a day. I held it until it hit 66, stopped out with a $500 loss, and now it's back to where I got in. So, but at the same time, it could have gone to 75 or 80, and at a certain point, you got to cut those losses. So, cut that loss, a little bit on the tighter side before it got too bad, and that's fine. So, another $4,000, another green day, made $3,600 yesterday. 4,000 today, so that's a $7,300 week so far, which is good. So plus 4,000, 4K. It's the 41st day of the year, and I'm still digging myself out of the hole. That's the situation that I'm in right now. I lost almost 9,000 on Friday, 4,500 in the IRA, about 4,500 in the main account, pretty much split 50-50 there. That's the downside of trading into accounts. When it works, you make double. When it goes wrong, you lose double. And I lost double on Friday. So digging myself out here. A lot of times I'm not really able to easily trade into accounts at the same time because these stocks move so quickly. It's just hard. It's hard. It's not easy to trade in two accounts at once. It's hard enough to trade in one account. To go back and forth between two, checking your P&L. I mean, I can flip back and forth here like this, so I can see what's going on in the other account, but, it's kind of like When I'm in this one, I'm blind to what's happening on the other. And then this one, I'm blind to what's happening on the other. So, it just creates a little bit of a challenge there to try to be long stock in two accounts at the same time. On Friday, I managed to do it and it didn't work. I had trades earlier this year that it worked out well to be in both accounts, but it's not always the easiest thing. So, and then the center point mostly is for short selling, and FFHL was easy to borrow, so I didn't need to use that account for that. And when I wanted to short PETZ, there weren't shares available. I wanted to short it right here. I thought this was too extended off the 9 moving average and would probably fade. I didn't know it would fade this much, but I wanted to short it right here. Unfortunately, no shares available to borrow. So, I could reserve shares earlier in the day, but you have to pay to do that, and then you're immediately in the hole. And, if you're reserving it every day, you might be spending $150 a day or $200 a day just reserving shares. And I don't really like getting that far into the hole before I start my day. So, I don't know. But all's well that ends well. It's a green day here, $4,000, and live to trade another day. I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. Hopefully we'll have some continued momentum today. The Chinese stocks are really, really strong. So, we'll just see if that trend continues. All right, so, and yes, Lightspeed is offering day trading with IRA accounts. So if you've got the IRA account, this is a Roth IRA that I have here. I converted it to Roth. So this is, I have settlement margin, so I can trade as much as I want with my buying power. I don't know, it's a little bit less than my actual amount, but that's pretty much, I can trade as much as I want, which is pretty cool. So yeah, tax-free growth, tax-free withdrawals, and I started this account with $29,000 this year, so it's already up over 200%, which is cool. Yeah, so anyways, reminder guys, tonight, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., futures trading room will be open. Those of you guys that want to learn how to trade commodities, natural gas, soybeans, corn, oil, you guys can check that out. So that'll be in the futures room from 9 to 11 p.m. All right, everyone. I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning around 9:15 for pre-market analysis. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.